This is my Hardrock 29er. Bought this new in 2013. I've been riding it for 13 years. It's weird to say. That's true. 13 years I've been riding this bike. Now, in that time, I've had a few more. I've been fortunate enough to have other types of bikes. I've had a Trek 1.1, so I've had the road bike experience. I had a Specialized Tricross, cyclocross bike. That was fun. I've had a Beaumont, a retrospect Beaumont city bike. I've been riding around for the past year, did over 1,000 miles on that. Put over 5,000 miles on the Specialized Hardrock 29er. And it is my bike of choice. It is my one bike to rule them all. In fact, I always said if I was leaving on a bike and I didn't know where I was going, I didn't know what the trail was going to look like, I didn't know what was around the next corner or over the next mountain, I would have no choice but to choose this as the bike I travel on. It's the only bike that is good for everything, and I couldn't be more impressed with it. I just put on the 2.2 WTB thick slick tires because about 80% of my riding has always been on pavement. Now, of course, I've did the mountains. You guys know that we've got plenty of mountains here, plenty of hills, been all in the trails, all that good stuff. One of the things that the reason I choose this bike over all the others is the gear ratio. I've been able to climb things that is so steep on this bike, and I mean up the side of a mountain, to the point where the back tire will eventually break traction, and as soon as it does, you start sliding downhill. And I mean, you're grabbing both hands full of brake and putting both feet on the ground, and you're still sliding backward because it's that steep. And yet this thing, in the lower gears, where you're climbing gears, there's just nothing you can't climb up this. You could climb up a wall if you could get the traction. So all in all, of all the bikes I've experienced, I've realized now since 2013, I'm definitely an ATB guy. I need an all-terrain bike. I want one bike to rule them all. And this is the only one that I can see fitting the bill. In that time, over 5,000 miles on this, never a problem, never a complication, never anything at all. Nothing but riding, cleaning, standard maintenance. It just couldn't be any better. Taking a break here in my favorite spots in Yakima. Here by the lake, off on the bike paths. And yeah, I know my water bottle's pink. My aunt gave me that. Thank you, Rainey. It's a good water bottle. It keeps things cold. I don't care. It's pink. Shut up. Who cares? Anyway, enough tire clearance on this for... I've had 2.35s on it, and that was too close in my opinion. So 2.2 is about the max I would go on it. Of course, these thick slicks don't have knobbies, so you know, it helps that way. But these tires, guys, I'm not sponsored by WTB, but they should call me. After having these tires for just a couple of days, I really can't see ever having anything else. I'm just so impressed. The efficiency that it gave this bike is unreal. Truly unreal. It made it the perfect ATB if you're going to be traveling on a lot of pavement. You know, the one downside it had to it is the efficiency. Of course, a gravel bike was faster. It was more efficient. I mean, that thing wasn't a bike. It was a weapon. I would look up and go, I've been 15 miles already? What? Wait a minute. What's going on? It was amazing. And I was capable on it. I've ridden it in all the same trails that I've ridden this, off-road. But the geometry, there's something about that forward geometry doesn't translate well into trails. Obviously, a more neutral position that you're given on this is what's suited to be able to handle anything. And that's one of the things this bike inspires. If you have any type of bike skills at all, this bike is capable of everything you want to do on it. There's never a moment where I feel like, oh no, some steps, oh no, curbs, oh no, nasty stuff. It doesn't matter. This thing is a honey badger. It doesn't care. And I like that. I like having a bike that is as at least capable as I am, so that I never feel underbiked or not confident on something that I know I should be on. I know that I would always be confident on a bike like this, and yet on the road bike or on the gravel bike even, it just wasn't the same. And it comes down to the geometry. Just being in this neutral attack position is what gives you the stability and the confidence and the handling in rough conditions. But everything less than a rough condition, this thing still does amazingly well. And I couldn't be happier with it. Of course, I'm a hardtail fan. Definitely a hardtail fan. If you are looking for a hardtail, I like Specialized. I really do. I don't really have anything bad to say about them other than their marketing and their, I don't know, just the high price tag for no reason. There's how the Walmart bikes are coming out higher spec than this for a lower price. So it just doesn't even make sense, guys. That's why you guys are going out of business and Walmart's selling 500 of those bikes a day. Can't even keep them in stock. I'll need to pay attention, but whatever. I don't work for Specialized. Tell you what, Priority wants to give me a call. My favorite color is titanium. Just letting you know. But I love this bike, and this is the one I'm setting up now to take with me. I'm currently going through the anxiety of packing and realizing I have too much stuff that's not going to fit, and I can't take everything with me that I want to. Sound familiar? Well, that's where I'm at. So that's the day I'm having, out on a little shakedown ride. Come by my favorite spot, enjoy the solitude, get out of the heat for a minute, finish up the rounds, back to the place. You guys, thanks for watching. I'm Chad. Like and subscribe if you want to go on an adventure. We're about to go.